lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. Episode 3 of season 2 of the Not the Same Podcast Sports.
Yeah,
I don't know how it
sports.
came out funny. Sports show hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and that one word over there, Mr. Rob Redeem.
Yes, sir.
We're glad, gracious, and very happy to be back with you with another Not the Same Podcast Sports show. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we dig into it, listen, number one, let me apologize. Something going on with our connection with Facebook. There's not even showing up no more that we have a page to stream to on Not the Same Podcast on Facebook, and we ain't worried about it. How much am I worried about it?
no,
not much at all. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Situations happen. But with that being said, we are live exclusively on Facebook. Not Facebook, on YouTube tonight.
Yeah.
So if you're watching us right now exclusively on YouTube, do us a solid and do what you see on the screen. Number one, hit that like button and let the YouTube algorithm know that you are watching. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed to Not the Same Podcast. Why have you not? And lastly, hit that notification bell so you can know when we are live on these off days sometimes, these weird days, like yesterday when we had a Bible study. If you missed it, I'm sorry you missed it, man. It was a very good one, and the Lord really moved, man. If you didn't get a chance to see it, go back and go catch it, bro. Go catch the replay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Also, we want to give a shout out to our rebroadcasters, man. Our MTMV Sports family. Y'all see them in the bottom left-hand corner. Life Show TV, Takeover Radio, Parable Radio, Praise 365 Radio, Scooter. We definitely want to give him props. Shout out to what he's doing here in the city of St. Louis. RYC Praise News Radio, our homeboy Orlando Page, His Hop Radio and Podcast Network, as well as the 520 Collective. Those are the rebroadcasts that are Not the Same Podcast. Shout out to our Spotify listeners, our Apple Music, Google Play, however it is that you hear the Not the Same Podcast. We greatly appreciate you. We don't want to forget you guys either, because a lot of times we get caught up in the live stream because we're looking at each other. You know what I mean? And we forget that later on there's just listeners in the building. You dig? So thank y'all. Also, make sure y'all hit that 5-star on us.
And also, if you are a social media user, look us up on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook or on TikTok or any other place. We might be in some bootleg stream. Look up Not the Same Podcast. Give us a follow, man. Give us a rating review, man. If you enjoy what we're doing and you want to keep this going, man, hey, we need your support. Financially, you want to send something, hey, send something. But if it's not financially, hey, man, pray for your brothers, man. Hey, we do a lot. We carry a lot. More so than just this sports show. We have lives, we have businesses, we have families, we got all kind of stuff going on. But God is good. You know what I'm saying? God is good.
I want
to give
a big apology. I'm looking at, we are live, and I'm looking at the ticker down there, and it's games that was played last night with no scores. Look, one words, it happens sometimes. If you want to know what the score was, look it up.
Nobody would have said nothing if you wouldn't have said it, bro.
I had to. It's bothering me.
What's up, D? Good to see you, sis.
My OCD is kicking in like, hold up, bro. I'm missing numbers behind these names. But that was it last night. Hey, look, man, we just honest. It's fam, bro. It's just fam. If me and you was talking, I would have said it. Hey, man, where the numbers go? Yeah, that fall on me. But I will say this. The Heat did blow the Bucks out last night. It's all that matters to me, for real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go Doc Rivers.
No.
All right, man, let's get to what's popping, dog.
Already knew.
somebody tell me what's poppin'.
All right, this is our What's Poppin' segment where we talk about the latest and greatest things in the sports that we cover, which is NFL, NBA, men's and women's football and basketball and college and some other sports too, man. Sometimes we'll surprise you, but we're going to start with the latest NFL news. There was a Super Bowl this weekend. I don't know if my brother Rob got anything, but I got it if you don't get it. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead and go for it, brother.
Well, the latest news, man. Mr. G, what's up, brother? The latest news is this, man. For the 49ers, Steve Wilkes, I believe.
Yeah, man.
That is like, just got fired. He had 1 year as defensive coordinator. He did way better than the previous defensive coordinator, and he went to the Super Bowl. And they held the Chiefs, the Super Bowl winning team, to one touchdown. But he had to get fired.
Yeah.
And lastly, he's a brother like us.
Yeah.
I hate that, dog. You know what I'm saying? I know when you lose the big game and you want to win the big game, you got to blame somebody. How about we blame Shanahan? I'm gonna go too deep, but for not knowing the overtime rules. How about that? You know what I'm saying? But he gonna he gonna CYA his own self. And I said that, yes. He gonna CYA his own self and kick out the brother and go get somebody else who come in there and do it. So anyway, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like Mr. G, they did him dirty.
They did him dirty. You got to find somebody to make the fall guy. You're not gonna make the coach the fall guy, and I hate that because and you know what I really hate when one of our own cousins say something negative about us.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm saying? We wasn't prepared. Though, who fault is that though, bro? You dig what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just my man's fault. He got tall all the way to the Super Bowl. And on some of that, by the hairs of your chinny chin chin. You dig what I mean? Like
literally.
So now he has to be the fall guy because they're not gonna fire the head coach. It's just bottom line.
Yeah, man. So 49ers losing overtime to the Kansas City Chiefs. Exciting game. We'll talk about it a little bit more, man. But we'll just say, hey, Patrick a bad boy. At the end of the day,
boy,
you're a bad boy. NBA news, power rankings, bro.
Yo, in the power rankings for the NBA news, Boston is back at number 1. Beantown in the building at number 1. Number 2 are the Clippers. They are doing their thing. Number 3 are the Cavaliers. Still don't think they're going nowhere in the playoffs, but Donovan Mitchell and them boys are number 3. Number 4 are the Nuggets. Number 5 are the T-Wolves. Number 6 are the Thunder. Mavericks at number 7, followed by the Knicks, Suns, and Bucks. And Bucks will probably be out of the top 10 by the end of this week. I'm just telling y'all what it is. In other NBA news, check this out. When Kyle Lowry was traded to traded to Charlotte for Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier went to Miami. Charlotte released him. My man homecoming back in Philly. So this is getting ready to be a problem. To have Kyle Lowry coming off the bench, if Joel Embiid comes back, this is just more depth, more veteran experience. And they can do some things so everything not just falling on Maxey. Spencer Dinwiddie heads back to the Lakers. I'm not quite sure how that's going to fit. I know the Lakers are very excited to have him. Dinwiddie is a good player. If y'all don't know who Dinwiddie is, Dinwiddie came from the Nets. He is a serviceable point guard, shooting guard, good guy, got a jumper. Hey, other news in the NBA, we all talked about the hype train of Victor Wembanyama. And my man showed it. He became the first player in 3 years to complete a triple-double that incorporated 10 blocks. Last person that did it was Clint Capella. He did it 3 years ago. And but he joins the ranks of David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon. There's only 2 other players. David Robinson, who played for the Spurs, if y'all not familiar with it. Hakeem Olajuwon, that came to dream back-to-back championships with the Houston Rockets. But this is what Wembanyama did. He had 25, 10, 5 assists, 10 blocks. Only 3 players in the last 40 years have done that, and that's Victor Wembanyama, David Robinson, and Hakeem Olajuwon. So shout out to Victor Wembanyama. Also, I want to give big shout out to the rookie who everybody was big hyped on. I still got Chet Holmgren. I don't care what y'all say about he's not a rookie. I still have him being rookie of the year, regardless of what y'all talking about. My man is balling out. Also, salute to the Orlando Magic for swallowing their pride and retiring Shaq's jersey last night. Listen, I don't know if this is a record, but Shaq has his jersey retired now in 3 different franchises. The Lakers, championships, plural. The Heat, championship, 1. And the Magic, he was pulling down rims, breaking. I mean, he made them redesign the way the actual NBA hoop is designed so it can go up against the pressure. So shout out to Orlando Magic. The Big Loot is very, very salty about it. He's butthurt, pun intended, about not being one of the ones who get his jersey retired. And it was Shaq first, the original Superman. Hey, look, Howard, you did him wrong. You did him wrong. You was a real big diva down there. That stuff comes back. Look, when Shaq left, it was some shady stuff going on, and they wanted Penny over Shaq, and Shaq went on to do great things. And the Big Luke, he did also. He won some chips, but it wasn't on Shaq level.
Yeah, agreed, man. One other thing in the NBA, this is a sad thing. Miles Bridges, who had the charges for whooping his wife and whooping his kids, all of them was dropped because, lack of better words, folks didn't want to cooperate. Maybe he paid them off, so they wouldn't cooperate. I say this real quick, man. This Giddey situation in the Miles Bridges situation to me are both deplorable. Why are these dudes playing with this type of stuff, these type of allegations, dog? I don't get it. But I understand the legal system, and there's nothing to charge to his name now because, hey, people wouldn't cooperate. So it is what it is. But, man, it's a bad look to me, dog. It's a bad look.
I'm going to put this out there for my brother, for anybody who watches the Not the Same podcast. You want to know why we upset about this? Because we've seen people get suspended and made an example for far more. And we've said this on this platform plenty of times. Ja Morant he dangled a little gun, and he had a real gun in the strip club and dangled a cigarette lighter in a dick. Here's the difference. When you doing things that the fat cats do, i.e. domestic violence, i.e. messing with underage women, i.e. taking sex, paying for sex, they're not going to put the spotlight on you. You want to know why? Because they do it. So it's one of those things where, did he really do it? While they turn a blind eye, well, with a gun, oh no, he's a menace. We would never know because they would pay somebody to do it.
Right.
He's a thug.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is the reason why we kind of hard. First and foremost, like, listen, man, I've been around domestic violence when I was growing up. I ain't gonna put my people's business out there, but I saw it time and time again growing up as a man, and I vowed that I would never put my hands on a woman. You dig what I'm saying? So, it rubbed me and see the wrong way when we see grown men hitting on women. I don't care what the situation is. Refrain, hold, but, man, to take your fist and go up to the side of the head of a woman, man, that's some cowardly type stuff. Is in my opinion? Yeah, it is my opinion. But guess what? I'm standing on it 10 toes. You dig?
He had 30 games suspension. Ja Morant has 25 games of suspension. These two crimes don't equal each other.
Nope.
At the end of the day, it ain't just because I'm a Ja Morant fan. I'm just saying, like, just in general, dog, there was pictures of the way he lumped that woman up. Evidence. And for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't get enough evidence together, which means somebody didn't cooperate. And I get it. But, dog, NBA, take a stand, dog. For real, man, that's a bad look. All right, man, moving on. Yeah. NCAA basketball news, top 10 rankings for the men and the women.
We're going to start with the women, man. South Carolina remains number 1. You dig what I'm saying? Number 2 is Ohio State. Iowa was number 2 last week, but number 2 is Ohio State. Iowa got defeated this past week, a big upset. Number 3 is Stanford. Number 4 is Iowa. Number 5, Texas. NC State at number 6. Kansas State at number 7. We're talking about the women's rankings right now. Colorado at number 8, who they also fail. Number 9 is UCLA, and number 10, Juju. Man, Juju is a beast, bro. She got her squad in the top 10. That's over on the women's side. Moving right along to the men's side. Number 1 is UConn. Number 2 is Purdue. Houston, number 3. Marquette, number 4. Number 5 is Arizona. Kansas, number 6. Number 7 is North Carolina. Number 8 is Tennessee. Number 9 is my Duke Blue Devils. And number 10 is Iowa State. That is going to change because some of those teams that I just mentioned actually lost earlier this week, to include North Carolina. Way to go, Tar Heels, for losing. Yay. My Blue Duke Devils definitely won, though. I just want to put that out there. Yeah, but that's the NCAA news.
All right, I'm laughing at D said, put your hands on me and that be singing that Boys the Man song.
End of the road, baby.
How do we come to the end of the road? All right, man, let's get to our soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, this is our soapbox segment. Me and Rob go back and forth for 2 minutes on whatever's on our mind. Rob normally does sports topics. I normally do whatever's on my mind, but sometimes we switch it up. As tradition, I always let my brother go first. As you see below, there's a timer that looks like this. When it's over, there's a buzzer that sounds a little bit like this right here. Rob, is you ready?
I think I am, man.
Let's go.
Hey, look, man, I want to talk about the discrepancies when it comes to this NBA, NFL, whatever the profession may be, owners and players. Every time the media always looks at the players as being greedy, as being this, when they want to have player empowerment when it comes to, I don't want to go here, I want to go there, I want my contract this, I want my contract that. But we're starting to see a big uptick in salary cap type situations where they're getting ready to superstar and trading him basically for nothing because people don't want to go over luxury tax. And this happens throughout all of sports. I sent my homeboy see something earlier today talking about why the NBA is getting rid of so many superstars or whatever the case may be. This is the part that's not fair. If I'm a player and I don't want to play for you no more, then I'm tired of the media making this person look like a villain. Now that villain and guess what? Social media is very powerful. The media is very powerful. Why? Because the media invokes fear and hate. It also steers the narrative of who's the hero and who's the bad guy. Yada yada yada. Whatever. It's time for that to stop. Because the moment an owner says, "I don't want you no more," i.e. Dame Lillard, i.e. C.J. McCollum. Look at the. I'm gonna use the Portland Trailblazers for an example right now. Look at them right now. They threw all their dice in the hat for Simons and for Scoot. And that it is Scoot detail to the bottom of the Western Conference. You think what I'm saying? Because they got rid of Dame Lillard because they didn't have no loyalty to him. And although these players have loyalty, you dig what I mean? We looked at Jimmy Butler and made Jimmy the villain because he was cursing out people up in Minnesota because of all the puppy poos up there, if you know what I'm talking about. Then he went over to 76ers and nobody checked him. Now he's down in Miami. And when he tried to check the people in Miami, they say, look, one word, it don't go down like that here in South Beach. You going to act right. And he got some act right. The point that I'm making is if you want player empowerment, then we need equality in that because billionaires and millionaires, there's a big difference. I get that. Yeah. But don't make the player look like a villain because he don't want to play for the billionaire anymore who's treating him like trash and now putting dirt on his name and the fans falling for the foolery. That's all I got for the night, man.
I agree. My soapbox is this, man, a little bit comical type thing. So, as you know, I work at the airport a lot. I'm driving a lot. If you don't know, I drive a lot around the city because I work for a vending business, which means I'm from here to Illinois throughout the week, all the time. I'm always driving. I'm either in my car. Thanks. I shouldn't be in my car as much, but I'm either in my car or in one of these Sprinter vans, whatever, traveling across the city. And I ran into something that really, really, really irks my nerves. I'm talking real St. Louis. It really irks me. You know what I'm saying? It really be irking me real bad, dog. And I'm going to tell you what it is. People that can't walk and chew gum. Now, I don't mean literally walk and chew gum, but I mean people that can do two things at once. If you know that you can't look at a text message or look at a Facebook post without devoting all your attention, don't do it while you drive. Because why is you on an expressway where everybody going 75, even though the speed limit's 65, and you going 25 because you trying to post something or you trying to text or something? Hey, man, pull over, dog. You all in the way messing up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even the old people passing you looking at you like, You know what I'm saying? 60-year-old, 65-year-old. You know what I'm saying? They hair all gray, everything gray. They looking at you like, man, who is this one word? You know what I'm saying? If you cannot text and drive, let me say this. The law tell you don't need to be texting and driving. But I'm going to say it like I mean it. If you cannot, because I do sometimes. So I'm going to include myself. If you cannot text and drive, one word, pull over, send your message, and then focus on the road. Because you people that move in slow motion because you can't do two things at once, well, like I say, walk and chew gum, you can't focus on two things at once. Don't do it, man. You're going to have a wreck. And trust me, everybody who I see doing that, they got dents on their car. You know why? Because they weren't paying attention. They ran into something or somebody ran into them. I hate
facts on facts.
I hate it. All right, let's get into the Bayview Who Said. All right. Here we go. This is our Debate Few 7 when me and Rob go back and forth on particular subjects for 5 minutes because we got a lot of topics tonight. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. First subject for tonight, well, you normally would say NFL impress, depress. We're not going to say that this week. We'll just say Super Bowl recap. What happened in the Super Bowl? Our thoughts on the Super Bowl. All right, man. First thoughts about Super Bowl, my brother.
First thoughts about the Super Bowl. The beginning, I thought San Francisco had them. I mean, they had trick plays. They was doing everything. They caught Kansas City, and I'm just talking about the first half. They caught Kansas City on their back foot. And what I mean in football, if you caught on your back foot and you're a linebacker, a cornerback, anybody that's in that secondary, that receiver is going to catch you because you can't catch up. They're going full speed ahead, and you get caught on your back foot, and you're not pedaling correctly. And that's exactly what happened. Some nice little trick plays, and it was a game that I just thought like, well, Mr. Irrelevant's about to prove his point. Until you dig what I'm saying? Until we got to the second, and I feel like if anybody feels like that game was boring, you didn't watch it all the way through. If you watch that game to the fullest, all the way to the end, that is probably one of the best Super Bowls we've had in the last 5 or 6 years, hands down. Because not a lot of Super Bowls going to overtime, my guy.
That's right.
You dig what I mean? And for it to go into OT and end in the fashion that it ended, that is classic. They have these things on ESPN talk called instant classic. This is definitely about to be an instant classic because you thought it was over, and that he's a bad man, and I ain't talking about Rodgers.
No, this is not Rodgers. I think it was a very good Super Bowl, and I agree with you. If you thought it was boring, you may not like defense.
Yeah.
And, in most sports, people don't like defense. They like offense. But if you stayed around to the end, that fourth quarter was crazy and overtime was crazy. And also, man, it's like, I agree with you. San Francisco, in my opinion, should have won that game.
Yeah.
Should have. Not could have. Should have won that game. But Mahomes has been there. Kelsey has been there. That coach has been there. You know what I'm saying? They knew what to do, and they knew how to win. There's no way in the world that wide receiver, McCole Hardman, was butt-booted wide open to win the wide
birthday
open,
suit,
dog.
Brother.
Boy, birthday suit, dog.
I'm here.
Butt naked. About to meet Jesus naked. Just naked, dog. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
In overtime. It's just bad, man. I wasn't very, very impressed with that coach, man. Number one, the first half, they was running the mess out the ball. Kansas City could not stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, boy, what's their running back name, bro? McCaffrey. Running it. And like Mr. G said, that third quarter, they got pass happy. And this is what happened with these genius offensive coordinator type coaches. They don't keep doing what makes you win. No, now you got to get cute. Now we got to show them we can pass. You have proven they can't stop the run. I would have ran the ball till you stop it. I'm running the ball over and over and over because McCaffrey was just gone. All of a sudden that stopped. Then they tried to go back to it at the end. That's how they got all the way down the field, but they wouldn't. It didn't work out, man. Like I was disappointed in the 49ers. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted them to win, but I gotta respect the Chiefs. I gotta respect the Chiefs, dog, because they won that. They won that. Go ahead,
They
bro.
did. We talked about that. We said, hey, look, I think the 49ers are going to win. And exactly what C just said. I think the 49ers are going to win because the Chiefs secondary cannot stop the run. We said this last week. For all the one words who didn't come and peep us and what we was talking about. And I was super ready to post that clip.
Oh, boy.
Until like you said, and my man had a
wide open catch. God damn.
Until my man had a Mike Martz instant situation. If y'all don't remember, Mike Martz, Marshall Faulk, he wanted to get cute and stop running Marshall. And they end up losing the Super Bowl against the Patriots. And then this is reminiscent of the same thing. Because if you don't know what's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm congratulations. Because we said although we wanted the 49ers to win, we wouldn't be mad if Mahomes won. You want to know why? Because now dynasty is now into play. My man's been to 4 Super Bowls and have won 3 of these things. You dig what I mean? And we'll talk about it a little more. So shout out to the Chiefs. I'm not a hater on the Chiefs. I just knew 49ers was a better team, and they should have won the game. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, and if ifs was a fifth, then we all be drunk. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what? If ain't a fifth, and the only person that's drunk is rage in the 49ers. So much so, they did some foul stuff we'll talk about a little later.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, to wrap it up, man, I'm just disappointed in the 49ers. They should have won that game.
Yeah,
Wifey says halftime was the best part of the game for her and a lot of people. But, it was an enjoyable Super Bowl, man. I enjoyed it. I had to watch it till the end. It kept me until the end, because I was like, dang, the 49ers actually finna do this. Till they didn't do it. And Patrick Mahomes, they won it. And Patrick Mahomes, once again, he took what the defense gave him and did it well. You know what I'm saying? Purdy, I say this and we'll move on. Purdy showed himself well, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame this loss on him. I blame
I
this
agree
loss.
with
I
that.
blame the loss on this coach, special teams as well. That's what lost that game. All right, man. Next subject. What we going to next? NBA impress, depress. That's what we going to.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, my bad. All right, Eastern Conference, brother. We gonna switch it up today. Eastern Conference. Who are you impressed with in the Eastern
I am
Conference, brother?
impressed. Hey, listen, man, Boston is truly looking good right now. This may be their year. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games, and I am
Yeah.
truly very, very impressed with what Porzingis, Brown, and Tatum is doing right now up in Boston, to include little powder, Eric White. Derek White. I'm sorry.
Why you gotta be called Little Powder? Take me out. All right, man. I'm impressed with the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. I don't think
No
they're gonna
doubt.
win. Winning, they don't think they winning nothing in the playoffs, and
Not
that's
a
no hate.
dang thing.
Not a dang thing. But I am impressed with them. I'm impressed with the run they having right now, man, and big salute to them. That's who I'm impressed with. In the East. Who are you depressed with in the East, bro?
Look, man, I'm depressed with the Hornets. They're 2-8 in the last 10 games. They waived Kyle Lowry after trading Rozier, and I get why they did it. You know,
Yeah.
they wanted to get Rozier contract off of the books. They traded Gordon Hayward, and we'll see what happens moving forward. They got my man Williams from Dallas. You know what I
Big
mean?
mouth.
They got him. They got a couple of other people, but man, there's no way in the world you should be this bad, and you got top rookies. You got, y'all even let PJ Washington go. You know what I
Yeah, he
mean?
nice.
So I'm
Yeah.
not sure what it is that Charlotte is trying to do. I know
Yeah.
they ownership changed up with Jordan giving up the majority of his stake,
Yeah.
and we'll see. But this year definitely ain't it.
I'm depressed with the Brooklyn Nets, man. I feel like you have too much talent to not be good. You know what I'm saying? Mikal Bridges is nice. You got Dorian Finney-Smith. You had Spencer Dinwiddie before they traded him, but they had plenty of good players, man. And like I don't understand why they not good. I don't get it, and I think they should be a lot better than what they are and what they're showing right now. But I think Mikal Bridges is a very, very good player, but he's not a number one. I think that's what that's proven. You're number
Yeah.
two, number three. I think you more of a three, like number three in the pecking order type guy
Yeah,
than
yeah.
really a number one. He's playing out of position, and he was showing out last year at the end of the season before defenses start scheming for him. And I think that's what happened this year with him.
And I think, you know what, the average fan don't understand what a scheme is. When you see, I'm gonna put it to you like, remember when Linsanity came in and nobody knew how to check Jeremy Lin is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Once teams start scheming and getting ready for him, they started catching it, and Linsanity quickly disappeared. You know, it was cool for the first 10, 15 games, and then once people start scheming, my man ended up being trade bait. So that's what happened, I think, with Bridges, like you said, man. And when he was out in Phoenix, he could hide. You had Ayton, you had Booker, you had this, you had that. And now in Brooklyn, you got to take on a better role. And I get it, your best friend is there with you.
Yeah.
But none of that matters.
I agree. All right, Western Conference impress, bro.
Yo, the T-Wolves, man, seem to be the truth. Look, last Wednesday when we was on this show, we talked about there was a four-way tie for first place in the West. Well, guess what? The T-Wolves beat the Clippers and the Thunder, and now they're in sole first place in the Western Conference.
Yes, they are.
Only thing I can say is we had a debate fuel last week that I didn't feel like Cat should be in the All-Star. I felt like it should be Sabonis. I still feel like it should be Sabonis after him posting a triple-double last night in a loss, and Fox posting up 40 in a loss because both of them are out. But I understand why Cat is in there.
I'm impressed with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last night I watched them on TV playing against the Magic, and that's the first time I took a real good gander at them. And I watched them real good, and they got this player named Jalen Williams with some braids.
Man.
He got some kind of prison braids to the back.
Yeah.
Real nice, dog. And I wasn't aware. I feel like Shaq. I wasn't aware of who you were. I'm aware of you now, dog. I'm aware of that dude. He's very, very nice, as well as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is so cold, and his game is so boring to me. But he's cold. He's a mid-range god out there. And he draws fouls all the time, but I don't enjoy his game. But he's cold, and he deserves all the credit he's getting. He's in MVP talks, and he should be. I just don't like his game. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the other dude, Jalen Williams on this team, that's nice. And Chet Holmgren is real nice, man. Like he's strong Wemby, right? Wemby has the natural talent, all that. Chet Holmgren looks like he should be weak. He don't play weak at all. He don't play soft at all. And if you really watch him, you recognize he's been around some of us.
Yeah.
Chet ain't just what we think, Chaminade chick. Chet somewhere like a Hazelwood North or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them school, Hazelwood East or something. He ain't been to Chaminade. He different, dog. For real.
Yeah.
All right, depressed in the West, bro.
I'm depressed with the Blazers, man. They won 3 of their last 10, and after getting rid of Dame, C.J. McCollum, I kind of alluded to this, you know, and they wanted to put their trust in Scoot Williams and Anthony Simons and some of these other people, Aiden. Like, look, man, Aiden thinks he's a top-notch player. This man averaging 13 and 10.
Yeah.
And you want a max contract. And unfortunately, I think the Blazers might give it to him.
I'm laughing at Mr. G talking about America hating on Canadians, shaking my head. Most of the league Canadian, dog. It ain't about him being Canadian. I just don't like his game ugly. You think it is?
No, I like Shake. Yeah, he's the best Canadian player there is right now, brother.
Oh, he is. I'm not. Yeah, he is. Him and what's the name? I really like the dude for Denver, but he ain't. You know, Shea is better than him.
You talking about Murray?
Yeah, Murray, real nice, dog.
He ain't better than Shea, bro.
No, he ain't.
I know that ain't the debate.
He ain't better. Okay. He ain't better than him. You know what I'm saying? All right, my depressed in the West is the Memphis Grizzlies. I am a Memphis Grizzlies fan. I love them, but they have lost like 9 games in a row. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of everybody being hurt. Fire every trainer. We're always hurt. Dog. And we're at the point now where people hurt. Not really hurt, but hurt. Why I see Marcus, Marcus
Smart.
Doing backflips out there. I thought your pinky finger was broke, dog, but you doing backflips? Yeah, that's what I'm depressed with.
Bro, it's a backflip with the legs. What the pinky got to do with it?
When you do a back handspring, it's on the hands.
Brother, it's off of this. You ain't never flipped on mattresses, brother. I'm sorry.
I flipped on mattresses. I ain't flipped on the NBA court. Whatever. You shouldn't be flipping. You supposed to have a splint on your hand and all this.
You shouldn't. That boy was hitting the nose, bro. He was hitting the nose.
Get that dude. All right, man. Next subject. Is it too early to call Mahomes the GOAT? Is it too early to call Mahomes the GOAT, Mr. Davis?
No. If you're going to call LeBron the GOAT, you better call Mahomes the GOAT. This is what I'm going to say. Listen, man. First quarterback to go back-to-back Super Bowls since the Patriots, which is Timothy Brady. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we get ready to go government on this. Almost said. Mahomes have literally won 3 out of the 4 Super Bowls that he's played in. Yeah. 3. Yeah. If you're calling LeBron the GOAT of basketball, for all my LeBron fans, you have to give Mahomes GOAT status in this football game right at this point. He's a 3-time Super Bowl MVP. He's a 2-time league MVP. And right now, it's like...
You saw Mr. G.
I saw Mr. G. I'm sorry. I won't say Thomas Brady. Let me do it that way. Anyway, right now it's Brady, Montana, Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is 15-3 in the postseason. And I'm gonna stop right there for right now.
Okay, my answer is yes, it's too early to call him the GOAT. Because you know why? He's played the present GOAT. And you know what he got? No matter how you look at it, he took an L. You know what I'm saying? Most times, listen, most times to be the man, you got to beat the man.
The man go.
Listen, Tom Brady was 45 years old. He still took an L. This wasn't prime
it's
Brady.
Thomas.
Listen, Thomas Brady was 45 years old. And you couldn't beat him. Listen, man, I love Mahomes. Mahomes is awesome, and I think he will eventually be the GOAT because he's winning at a high record, right? But at the end of the day, man, Brady won 7 of those things at 2 different teams with when everybody thought his coach was the one that was making them do it. And he went down there and had an okay coach, took them to the championship, and won that thing against the GOAT. Will Mahomes eventually be the GOAT? To me, yes. Is he that right now? No. And to me, the LeBron James argument, I don't agree with that. Because I just don't think he the GOAT. So that's why I can't agree with it. Because I don't think he the GOAT. You know, you call him all he want. You call him the social justice GOAT. Yeah, he the GOAT of all that. He the go to top 10 crybaby GOAT. But
not crybaby GOAT, bro.
Jellyback one word, GOAT, but that's it, bro. That's all I got for him. Go ahead, bro.
Bro, it's only 2 quarterbacks in front of Mahomes.
That's right. But they still in front of him.
Thomas Brady and Joe Montana. These are legends.
Yes. And Mahomes will be a legend. He's just not there yet.
Brother, he has 3 chips. Only thing we think about this. When it comes to sports, for everybody saying he's too young, I see D over in the comments, and I'm getting ready to address y'all. For everybody who talking, and I understand, I'm talking about, it's like the Michael Jordan thing. Michael Jordan is my GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is a GOAT. You dig what I'm saying? Right now, playing currently in football, Mahomes is the GOAT. Is he the GOAT? No. He's not the GOAT of all times. That's Thomas. Until you pass Thomas, it's nothing going to shoot. You remember Thomas the Train? Until you track your tail up to 6 championships, 7, it ain't going to happen. You dig what I'm saying? But right now, we talk about in the league, Pat Mahomes, you remember the high-pitched voice you gave? Yo, man, look, we say this every time. Kansas City look like trash. We've been saying this all season.
It's true.
I said, you said, 49ers is going to win. But it's kind of hard to go against this boy. This boy ain't no joke. You dig what I mean?
He ain't.
He's 3 for 4.
Yes.
Those percentages, I don't care what sports you play.
Unprecedented. It is.
If you're 3 and 4 in the playoffs, he has a better winning percentage in the Super Bowl right now than Thomas. I'm not saying he's Thomas. Tom Brady is the GOAT. I get it. He won 6 with the Pats. He won 1 with the Bucks. And yes, he was old. But Mahomes can do something very special here, and he's already got 3 under his. He already has 3 rings, bro. 3 rings. And my man has been in the league, 7 years? That's GOAT status, in my opinion, right now.
I think he's the most talented. I don't think he's a GOAT yet. I can't say it. It's too early for me. Too early.
I got you.
You gotta keep living, dog. You ain't old enough, dog. You ain't got 1 gray in your beard yet. 1 word.
He ain't got 1 gray, but he got more rings. That's all I'm saying.
He got more rings than me, you, and all of us combined. I get it.
Peyton Manning, John Elway, all the 1 word. I'm about to say all.
But in your argument, you said he's behind 2 people, and your argument is correct. He is behind Thomas Brady and Joe Montana.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Keep winning, and he probably will eventually be the GOAT. Like very, very, very soon. I understand his winning percentage, but also, did he play Joe Burrow in the playoffs again? There's 1 quarterback that would take him down that's playing right now. I love Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson ain't ready. I love what's the dude for the Bills? They quarterback.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got caught up. Yeah, you talking about Allen.
Yeah, I love Josh Allen. I believe in 1 quarterback in his AFC that got the stuff to take down him. And that's I said his name earlier. I'm forgetting it right now. But that's old boy from the Bengals.
Oh, okay. You talking
Joe Burrow.
Macaulay
Culkin. That's 1. That's the only one I believe in. If he's healthy next year, I don't think they're going back. I got that much faith in him. But
okay. Mr. G, I am quite aware of what Thomas has done. I am not a Thomas hater. I actually think he is the best quarterback of all times. If you ever watch the show, huh?
I mean, that's kind of what the GOAT is, ain't it?
No, hold on. I'm going back to talking about have I seen these records, because obviously this one word ain't watched none of my soapboxes. When I say it, Thomas is the reason why the old guy is no longer coaching, Belichick. You dig what I'm saying? Because he's the one that went in there and did what he did. And he went down to Tampa and did what he did. And guess what? They would have won back-to-back in Tampa if some injuries wouldn't have happened. That was getting ready to pop off. You dig what I mean?
Yep.
So I understand the records that he have. But when I'm talking about, first of all, I'm excited because Mahomes is now in the era, and I went on this rant maybe 3 weeks ago. The black quarterback is now starting to get the respect that they also deserve because they've always been known as the athletic quarterback. And Mahomes showed his poise in this Super Bowl. And I know we're not recapping the Super Bowl, but he showed his poise. When the middle opened, guess what Mahomes did? That boy turned on the Jets and ran up the middle. We hadn't seen that before. And they didn't make adjustments in the Super Bowl like they should have, the 49ers in the defense. And we'll talk about Wilkes a little later. But the point that I'm making is Mahomes is on his way of being the GOAT. But right now in football, who's the best quarterback in football right now? Who's the GOAT in right now? The right now GOAT. Like LeBron is the right now GOAT.
Okay.
It's Mahomes.
Mr. G.
I'm caught up in the present moment.
Preaching the gospel, Mr. G. All right, man. Next subject. Preach, my brother. All right. Next subject. That one about the coach. I'm not gonna do that one, bro.
Okay,
all
cool.
Should Brock Purdy keep the Mr. Irrelevant motto? I didn't put that in, but keep the Mr. Irrelevant title after his Super Bowl performance. Should Brock Purdy keep the Mr. Irrelevant title after his Super Bowl performance? Mr. Davis, I'm gonna change that while you talking.
And I don't think he should have had Mr. Irrelevant when he was going through the playoffs winning all these freaking games. Look, man, in 3 games Purdy played, he had what? 1 pick, 3 TDs? Yeah. So that's a touchdown per game.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's, Deebo Samuels. It's a team sport. One words. This ain't tennis. This ain't singles match. This ain't golf. If you want one person, then look at cornhole. You dig what I'm saying? Look at the PGA Tour, the Australian Open. Look at that for one person. Purdy did what he was supposed to do, and he managed his team. And in my opinion, put some respect on this man. That man is not Mr. Irrelevant, because everybody that y'all thought should have been in the Super Bowl, guess where they was at? Watching Usher with the rest of us. You dig?
My thoughts on, they need to kill Mr. Irrelevant. You got to kill it. Because at the end of the day, he went to the Super Bowl. He showed himself well. Yes, they lost because he went up against what Rob would say, and a lot of people would say, the present GOAT right now. Yeah. He's not the present GOAT level quarterback. No. He's just as good as all the rest of them dudes. All them other dudes that you name, he just as good. You know why? Because he took his team to the Super Bowl twice. Now, I know he was hurt the last time, but he wasn't hurt all season. You know what I'm saying? And he supposed to be not that good. He supposed to be, not that flashy. I get it. He's not flashy or whatever. He's a game manager. He did some game-winning type stuff in there. They didn't lose because of him. It was not him. It was not him that lost that game. Remind me, did he have a pick in the Super Bowl? No. Now, our GOAT did. Now, I'm not saying that he was better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that. But one quarterback had a pick that game. It's another one that didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes is much greater. Patrick Mahomes is like top tier. But he on a level with everybody else, though. You know what I'm saying? He on a level with all the rest of these dudes y'all like. Josh, all these things that Mr. G got up here. Tier 2, I'm with him. Tier 1, Mahomes. Tier 2, Burrow, Jackson, Allen. Tier 3, he tier 2. You know why? I can't put Purdy next to Prescott and Herbert. And Herbert just got to the playoffs. Prescott lose every time he see the playoffs and choke. Purdy ain't been to Super Bowl twice. He ain't no tier 2, tier 3, dog.
Let me tell you something.
Sorry.
And I'm gonna cut my brother off for a second and go in with you. I'm gonna go in with you, and I agree with you. See, you can't be tier 3 and somebody get rid of Jimmy G. That's all I'm saying. You don't get rid of a quarterback who just came out of a Super Bowl, 4 years ago? Because I think this was like a replay when the Kansas City Chiefs first started 100%, all this. 100%. And they beat 49ers. They dipped Garoppolo on over to Vegas. You dig what I'm saying? And said, Purdy, you are a guy. And Purdy has done what he needed to do. Listen, man, we big up Hurts. that one word was on the bench. He was at home watching right along with us.
Hurt.
We bigged up Stroud, Love, Jackson, all of these people that we put up. And I understand some of them was AFC and some of them NFC, some of the people I'm naming. But it's time to give Purdy love. You don't have to like him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like him. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm not a big Josh Allen fan. I'm just not. I'm not a big Josh Allen fan because I feel like he iffy. I'm more of a Joe Burrow fan than I am Patrick Mahomes. I thought Mahomes was going to lose, but you can't. You can't. Talent always comes forth, whether you like him or not. He was the last pick of the draft, and he was in the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. And for anybody else who got something to say about it, your squad, if you ain't a Chiefs or a 49ers fan, your guy was on the bench watching like the rest of us civilians at the crib last Sunday.
I see Miss G said only because now that we have a full season, let's see how he just the schemes now. Maybe purgatory. He said maybe purgatory between 2 and 3 for him. I just can't say that, dog. I can't say it because of this. They knew he was good coming into this year.
They did.
Purdy wasn't sneaking up on nobody. They schemed for him this year. What did he do? He had like one stretch of bad games in the middle of the season.
I think 2 or 3 games
in a row. Right.
And
after they got,
then
they get blown out by the Ravens. You know, then they lost a couple of games and then they snapped right back, dog. So, in my opinion, dog, we can't call him Mr. Irrelevant anymore, dog. Like, you on irrelevantly get your butt to Super Bowl a couple of times, man. Like all these dudes that we put in tiers above him, they may throw the ball in a more pretty way. You know what I'm saying? They may do things in a more pretty way, man, but I'm about results, dog. At the end of the day, you in a Super Bowl. You went to overtime with the present GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Now, I say Brady is the GOAT, but I get what my brother Rob was saying. The best player, the best quarterback in the NFL right now is Patrick Mahomes, and it's not even close. You went to overtime with him. Nah, you ain't slow, dog. I'm sorry.
I had to pull this up. The 49ers lost 3 straight when they and 2 of them was on the road. They lost against Cleveland, a playoff team, Minnesota, a playoff team, and Cincinnati. You dig what I'm saying? And then after that, they went on a 2, 4, 6-game winning streak before coming into Baltimore. Well, Baltimore came into them, and Baltimore ran out. But in all of these, Purdy threw no less than 200 yards, bro. Yeah. And me just looking at it. And then they lost against the Rams at the end of the year. But at that point, they could care less.
I'm gonna answer what Mr. G said, then we'll move on. But he meant to say but switch teams. Is he bringing Chiefs to the Super Bowl? No, because he's not Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. That ain't what I'm saying.
No, we're talking about Purdy and his system.
His own right. I think Patrick Mahomes will take any team to the Super Bowl. I can't say that about none of them other quarterbacks. None of them. I ain't gonna say that about Lamar Jackson. I like Lamar Jackson, but he got to have a specific offense for him to take him there. The closest thing to me to Mahomes is Joe Burrow. That's the only one I might say could do that. That's the only one, dog. All the rest of these dudes, they all interchangeable in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Remember he was missing key throws in the third. Yes, he was. So what? What about the interception Patrick Mahomes threw?
Or the fact that Deebo Samuels did get hurt for a hot second. So, he did miss it. They had to switch up in the middle of that. They had to switch up for a hot second. I'm going to say this. Brady is the GOAT, but let's not forget 100%. That his system worked for him. And when we got down to Tampa Bay, they made the system work for Brady the same way they did for Manning. If you are
Manning
a
went
good
to
coach,
Denver, they did the same thing.
Yeah, when he went to Denver, they did a scheme that matched Manning from Indianapolis, and he got him a ring. Same way they did for Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in the perfect scheme. There was a quarterback-friendly scheme that Belichick had in place for him. If you don't believe me, remember when Brady got hurt? I cannot think of the 2 quarterbacks. Mr. G, you can quote me on this.
It might have been Castle, I think.
It was Castle. Yeah. Ended up going to Kansas City. He got a great contract from Kansas City because he was in a quarterback-friendly system with weapons around him, with an offensive line. You dig what I mean? That's what Purdy has. Weapons and a line. That's all you need. When the Rams had the guy after Kurt Warner left, I cannot think of this boy's name, but he had a line and he had weapons around him, and he was able to go into the playoffs. And I can't think of my man, Matt Bolger. I
Yeah.
think you guys. I think he ended up going to Kansas City. New England for a hot second. I don't
Yeah.
know. My point is, when you got a quarterback friendly
Yeah.
system, greats come out of those type systems. Joe Montana had a quarterback friendly system. He
Yeah.
had Taylor, he had Jerry Rice, he had Roger Craig behind him. It's a quarterback friendly system, and he was a
Yeah.
GOAT. When Joe Montana went to Kansas City, we didn't see that part of Joe Montana.
Nope.
We just didn't. So we can move on from that.
All right, last one for today. We're going a little long, but it's all right. It's our show. We can. All right, last one today was Usher's halftime performance top 5. Was Usher's halftime performance top 5? Mr. Davis.
Okay, so in no particular order, I got Prince in 2007 because he came with the deep voice. I got
And he
Michael
actually
Jackson
did Purple Rain, literally in the rain.
in the rain. Yep, I got Michael Jackson 1993, another one who did the deep voice. Those are legends. I got Dr. Dre and Friends. Remember when 50 Cent was upside down looking like 75 Cent? Hey, that was a Mary J. Blige. I don't know what she had on. Hey, look,
It was dope, though. It was dope.
I got Dr. Dre and Friends in 2022. I got this one in particular was real big because Nelly came out in 2001. NSYNC, Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. That joint was epic. And yes, I have now put Usher in the top 5 over Beyonce and Bruno Mars. I have Usher's in the top 5 for me this year at the halftime show.
I'm going to say something that everybody may not. There was one part of his two parts of his performance that I liked, that I really, really liked. Only 2. You know what I'm saying? It was funny to me what he did to Alicia Keys. That was hilarious, but it was performing. I get it. And that's one of my favorite Usher songs. I really like that song, my boo. And then also, the roller skating thing, I really, really liked. That was really, really dope. Other than that, I wasn't overly impressed. Call me Cortez. Salute to my brother Cortez that said it. But it was enjoyable because he has so many hits, right?
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't a song I did not know. This man had so many hits, and he did the thing. To me, it kind of started slow, then he got to going. That's what I felt about it. I like Bruno Mars. I see D said put that up there. Bruno Mars was dope to me. When he did that was dope.
The Bruno Mars Beyonce joint was dope, and that was my. But I put Usher over, and maybe in that sense, I'm in the moment. Go ahead, see, my bad.
And I think a lot of people are saying it was one of the greatest because they just like Usher. But like I say, there was 2 parts of the show I really, really loved. The roller skating thing, because that was dope. They was in sync. He didn't stumble or nothing. And then, the part he did with Alicia Keys, because I just liked that song. I thought it was hilarious that he was all on this man woman, but it was hilarious to me. And it was funny about Jermaine Dupri socks. Like, that man, I didn't know that was CeeLo Green, Jermaine Dupri. I don't know who that was. That man looked like Humpty Dumpty. That boy was real fluffy out there with them Dolly Madison socks on.
You silly, man.
Boy, looking bad out there, dog. Let's see, Miss G say, I'm waiting for a South and a New York halftime show with GOAT rappers of those areas. I think they already did an ATL one. I mean, that was kind of an ATL one, too.
That was an ATL one.
But there was another one they did with a lot of ATL artists. I can't remember. They
well,
definitely should do a New York one, though.
They brought the rap back with Dr. Dre and them, so we'll see what they're going to do from there. I think that, again, Prince, Michael Jackson, Dr. Dre, NSYNC and them, that was real big. That was in point. And the Usher, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce, they may be tied, but I'm going to give Mr. G this one for being in the moment, because I wasn't in the moment with Purdy and Mahomes. I was in the moment for the Super Bowl show because it's the most one that's at the front of my, frontal lobe of my thinking here right now. But no, that football we was talking, not one word. He the upcoming GOAT.
The thing is with this is that I thought it was good, but I don't feel like, let me go watch that again. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I mean, it was dope, but it was like, I think I just like his songs. You feel what I'm saying? Usher make hits. You know what I'm saying? He's a hit maker. So I was just like, it didn't wow me. Like Rihanna was dope to me last year. I'm gonna be honest. She did all that.
If she wasn't pregnant, I think Rihanna would have been. I think Rihanna would have been up there. She could actually
coming out the sky with a baby in your belly, dog. I know the pregnant take it to another level, but I didn't expect that Rihanna show to be good to me because I just didn't see her as that type of performer. I know she's very great in her own right, but I ain't put on no Beyonce level type man. Beyonce is a showstopper type of performer. So
I think so. Last year with the Rihanna thing, here's the difference between and for my Beehive people, don't cancel, not the same. But
please
this is
don't.
a fact. Rihanna has national hits. She's an
She do.
international superstar. That's
She's a
the reason
different
she
type.
was able to do the song she did. It came
Yeah.
out 10 years ago, and
Yeah.
everybody in the crowd, white, black, Mexican, Asian, Arab, it didn't matter. They knew what the song was. And
Yeah.
that's the difference of that national power. And I think that's what the difference was between Bruno Mars and Beyonce compared to Usher. Because when Usher did Yeah, the entire crowd, I'm looking
that's
at the
big
wow
hit.
factor. You
Yes,
dig what
sir.
I'm saying? Because a lot of Usher songs, like when he brought Will I Am out, that oh my God, like Let Me Love You Down. That was played in almost every rave club that you can think
100%.
of
Yeah.
because it was a part of Will I Am was a part of that. And at
The
that
Black Eyed
point, I
Peas.
can't think of
Yeah.
the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
They were internationally known, and he did a song with them. So his song selection is what put that at top 5. And Prince is a GOAT. Michael Jackson is a GOAT. Dre, Snoop, and them, GOATs. NSYNC, Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Those, you know what I mean? So those are the reasons why that. And the Usher, the reason they got over the Beyonce and Bruno Mars, because although they are stars, the songs that Usher chose to use, it was smart. Everybody in the crowd knew a song, whether he was white, black, old, or young.
100%.
I heard this before at one of my clubs, no matter where you was at. You did?
Yeah. All right, 2 questions, man, before we get up out of here on this. I do have a one word of the day I ain't tell you about, but one question is this. What D said, what do you think, or what do we think about the commercials? I thought most of them was trash, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When it comes to commercials, nothing stood out to me. Nothing. You know, go ahead.
What's the Dunkin' Donut commercial with Matt Damon, you know?
That was good. And then she was like, Tom, you can stay. Kicked everybody out and told, including her dude, all y'all get out, but Tom, you can stay.
But Tom, you can stay. Hey, the Dunkin' Donut commercial was on point.
That was good. That was good. All the rest of them, though, it didn't impress me, man. I like seeing the Deadpool trailer, but, you know, that's for me personally. But that jump broke records of how many people watched that trailer. Also, Dia said, do you think Justin Timberlake will be invited back? Yes, I'm sure. The so-called boob gate that, we didn't know the wardrobe malfunction, didn't know it was going to happen, but she had a pasty on. Like, who walks around with pasty? Who walks around with pasties? Stop it. You meant to do that, and it didn't go the way you thought it was. But anyway, last question for you, in your opinion. So, fair or foul, what Usher did to Alicia Keys, was it in pocket? I already kind of know your answer, but I'm saying this for the people. Was it okay, or did he go too far? What you think?
For the sake of entertainment, and I know how performances work, nothing wrong with it. Now, the meme I sent you when they be like, how your work husband be with your wife? Now, that's a little different. But for entertainment value, if you know entertainment and you're trying to sell it and it's a song, it wasn't foul. Her husband didn't have a problem with it because he's in the entertainment business. I think social media blew it up. So I don't think it was foul.
I wouldn't have been happy with it if Crystal was up there doing it. You know what I'm saying? But in that business, it's part of the business. And I seen the My Boo video, and in the video, you would have thought they was with each other, and they may just been acting for the song. Now, he ain't got to go smacking a butt and all that. You know, it's a whole nother level.
I didn't see that part. I thought,
a little wipe at her butt or whatever. But, you know, he hugged her, and he didn't hug her breast or nothing. So, you know, he was close on her, but it was kind of tasteful. And then at the end of the day, to get through with it, he got married the next day. Look it up. He got married to his long-term girlfriend, so I don't think he was all right. I think he was all right. You know, D said it was okay.
Yeah, this is what I say about the hug and the Usher thing. The reason why he got it, because he had just got done with the residency out in Vegas, and Usher was going viral with hugging different celebrities over the months,
messing up their
relationships out this month. So
hey, what did his song say? Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. Ask my brother for real. That's the edited version.
So, yeah, with that being said, I think it played on his residency. He was in Vegas. and he just was continuing on with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. If Nikki was in that entertainment business and I was in the entertainment business and we were out there, you have an understanding of what showmanship is.
Right.
And I don't think there was anything disrespectful behind it.
All right, man, we get the one word of the day. We're going to get on up out of here. This one word. No. Of the day. You see. All right, so the Chiefs had their victory parade for winning the Super Bowl.
It was.
And there was 3 shooters that shot like 22 people. Severely injured 3, and I think one of them is dead. They have wrangled or arrested 3 people. And y'all are the one words of the day. I don't know if you black, white, or whatever.
Wow.
But dog, of all days, you come in there and go to shooting. You are the one words of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because what was so important? What was your statement? Is this one of the times where you like, okay, we're going to do this to make a statement? You know what I'm saying? We hate that you eat dead animals. You know, some people get that erratic over something. PETA type folks. I ain't saying PETA did this. I'm just giving you an example of someone get radical over something that's, in essence, not that big a deal. And you do something to blow this up to make your point. Whatever happened, man, y'all are the one words of the day because y'all ruined a good thing. I'm sure they was having fun. They was partying. You know, most likely, a lot of the players was out there drunk, and all of a sudden you hear pop, 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 and 22 people shot. You shot 22 folks? Come on, dog. Come on. 22? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you got an argument with one dude, 22, you was trying to make a statement. And 3 people got rounded up. Y'all playing this. Why? What was so important that you got to make that statement? Dude, go on Facebook. Go off, dog. Get on Facebook Live and make your little statement. Handle your business on there, man. And I pray nobody else is no more severely injured. I pray everybody recovers quickly because I'm making this like a joke, but it's not a joke. I hate active shooters type things. People that work in the airport, we watch videos about how to watch for this and all that, man. I don't ever want to be in this type of situation, and I hate that happened. As someone's celebrating, and the mayor and the police chief got to be on TV talking about, you know, this is sad and this is a bad look on the city. Yes, it is. Like, it just wasn't necessary, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's not a bad look on the city. It's a bad look on the few ignorant folks that's out there. Listen, man. Hey, y'all be safe out here. And I know this is our sports show, but this just goes to show you, man. She said 1 dead, 22 injured by D. Thanks, D. Tomorrow ain't promised, man. And when y'all out there, keep your head on the swivel. Always watch your 6. Don't just be so engulfed in what you looking at in front of you that you ain't paying attention behind you, man. It's like, I didn't know this was gonna be our one word of the day. I didn't even hear about this because I've been so busy all day. This is it's sad, bro. Like you can't do or go anywhere regardless of what, because somebody want to go viral for whatever the reason may be. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I pray for those folks who did it, and I pray for the families who were impacted.
Yeah, man. Just a shame, man. I hate to see that. I really, really hate to see that. All right, bro. We're going to move on.
Yeah, but in other news, we going to go from a bad note to a good note. Have you ever thought, I like what these guys are doing with this podcast. How can I help support them? How can I help be a blessing to them? Look, it's real simple. Hit that that notification. I mean, that subscribe and that notification button. Look, we did a Bible study last night. It was kind of impromptu because it wasn't the first or the third, but we had to get that thing off because we have been holding on to it, and God moved on it. But if you want to support us, hit the Cash App. Go to notthesamepodcast.com/support. Hey, look, on words, we know them income tax coming. Anyways, I'm just joking. You can also hit us up with your prayers,
what comments. What D used to always tell us, shimmy that stimmy.
Yeah,
shimmy that stimmy now.
What D used to say. But no, when y'all comment, when y'all come in, that fuels us. Me and my brother gonna have a conversation regardless of what. But when y'all come 100%. In, it's like fam. You know what I mean? We just inviting y'all to our conversation. So if you want to support us and you're listening to us on streaming platforms, give us a rating. You know what I mean? No less than 4 stars, please. You know what I mean? If you think it's 2, keep it to yourself and pray that we get better. You dig? That's the way you can support us. But that's how you can support me and C, man, with this Not the Same podcast situation we got going on.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow with another Music and Faith show, playing the latest and greatest in CHH/positive music, man. Tune in at 6 o'clock, man. We look forward to seeing you there. And we'd be grateful to see you there, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in to Not the Same Podcast Sports Show. We're in season 2 of this thing, man. Man, we're happy about that, man.
Deuce.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
And we is out. We got you, D. We got to send that 1099. We out.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power.